So hi students, today we will be doing very important topic from examination point of view, that is your narration, right? Firstly, I want to know from you all, what is narration? What do you know about narration? What is the importance of narration in grammar, right? So basically, narration is something where you describe, where you tell any story or event or anything. That is your narration. That defines your narration, right? How we do it, how we read it in grammar, what it defines in grammar basically. So narration basically is comprises of direct speech and indirect speech, right? It basically comprises direct speech and indirect speech, right? What is direct speech? First we need to know what is actually direct speech. Direct speech defines first person, second person, third person, right? Firstly, you need to understand first person, second person and third person. First person is what? First person is I and we, who is actually speaking, right? Second person is you, to the person he is talking, and third person is he, she, it, them, about whom he or she is talking. Point is, whenever the something told to the second person is spoken in the actual words which is told by the first person, then that is what we called as direct speech. The reported speech, I mean the word reported to anyone else, is in the actual way as it is spoken, then that particular sentence is defined as what? Is defined as direct speech, as reported speech, right? And do remember, when we say the exact word as said by someone else, we put that particular sentence in double inverted commas, right? So that is the meaning. So that is the meaning for this, that is the meaning for the for direct speech. Now we will be talking about indirect speech. What is indirect speech? Indirect speech basically defines when the words are reported according to pronoun and with respect to the narrator. It means if they change it in its own language and then the second person is reporting to the third person, then that is actually known as indirect speech. The inverted commas are not used in indirect speech. There is change there is change in the pronoun also, there is change in the tense also in some of the sentences. Like see, you can observe here that in direct speech I have written Ram says I play table tennis, and in indirect speech I have written Ram says that he plays table tennis. Here I changes to he. Why I changes to he? Because when we are changing it into indirect speech, we need to change the pronoun with respect to the narrator, right? So I hope it is clear to you what is direct speech and what is indirect speech basically, right? Now we'll be moving forward. See, when we are talking how to change direct speech into indirect speech, we need to study it with the types of sentences. So firstly, I want to tell you how many types of sentences are there. First is assertive, second is your interrogative, third is your imperative, fourth is your exclamatory, and fifth is your optative, right? So basically these are the sentences, these are the types of sentences which you will be studying, that how it will be changing into indirect speech from direct speech, right? So there are certain rules how we change direct speech into indirect speech. Firstly, we will be knowing that rule one by one. Okay, so firstly we will be discussing about what? Firstly we will be discussing about assertive sentences. So assertive sentences are those sentences which are in the form of simple sentences or facts, right? They are in the form of simple sentences, or you can say they are in the form of facts, are called assertive sentences. The certain rules which defines is, we all know that we use that to link reporting verb and reported speech. If the sentence is Ram says to me, so this part of sentence is called as, reporting verb, and I work hard, this part of sentence is your reported speech, right? Whenever reporting verb, whenever, again I am repeating, whenever in reporting verb says to is used, we change it into tells, right? Whenever in reporting verb says to is used, when we change it into indirect speech, we change says to as tells. We don't change the sentence, we just remove to and we use tells here, because tells basically defines says to, right? Tells means says to only, so we just remove the preposition from this part, right? So Ram says to me I work hard will change as Ram tells me that he works hard. Okay, now further, said to, when it is in past tense, it changes to told. Said to changes to told. Like Ram said to me I work hard, then you will be writing as Ram told me that he works hard. If the reporting verb is in present or future tense, then the tense in the reported speech is not changed, right? Whenever in reporting verb says or will say is used, then you will not be, then reported speech will not be changing its tense, right? When the reporting verb will be in present tense or future tense, then you will not be changing the tense of reported speech. Nabil says I am fine, then you will be writing Nabil says that he is fine, right? Third thing, when the reporting verb is in the past tense, what I mean to say is, when the reporting verb is using said, when it is in past tense, then the reported speech changes, right? Then the tense of reported speech changes. How the tense of reported speech changes? Okay, we will be studying it here. Simple present tense changes to simple past tense. If the sentence is Ram said he works hard, you will be saying that Ram said that he worked hard, right? Simple present tense changes to simple past tense, so you will be changing it into simple past, right? Present continuous tense changes to past continuous. So if the sentence is Ram said he is playing football, you will be saying that Ram said he was playing football. Is will change to was, present will change to past, right? In the third part, present perfect tense changes to past perfect tense. If the sentence is Ram said he has completed his work, then you will be writing that Ram said that he had completed his work, right? Present perfect tense changes to past perfect tense, right? present perfect continuous tense changes to past perfect continuous tense. So you will be saying Ram said, if the sentence is Ram said he has been studying since morning, then the answer will be Ram said that he had been studying since morning. So you can observe one thing, that all the present tense changes to its respective past tense. As simple present changes to simple past, present continuous changes to past continuous, present perfect changes to past perfect, and present perfect continuous changes to past perfect continuous. Right? Again, now we will be talking, till now we discussed about present tense. Now we will be talking about past tense. Right? So simple past tense changes to past perfect. Simple past tense changes to past perfect. If the sentence is Ram said he wrote a letter, then you will be changing it into past perfect and you will be saying that Ram said that he had written a letter. Right? Simple past changes to past perfect. And past continuous changes to past perfect continuous. So if the sentence is Ram said he was writing a letter, then you will be changing that particular sentence into Ram said that he had been writing a letter. Right? So simple past continuous tense changes to past perfect tense. Now we'll be moving forward. We will be discussing about past perfect and past perfect continuous. So I must tell you one thing, that whenever we are changing the direct speech into indirect speech, whenever we are changing the sentences of narration, there will be no change in the tense if the reported speech in past perfect tense. If the reported speech is in past perfect tense, then there will be no change in the tense of reported speech. Right? Past perfect remains past perfect only, and past perfect continuous also remains past perfect continuous only. Okay? Now, discuss it again. Simple present changes to simple past. Present continuous changes to past continuous. Present perfect changes to past perfect. Present perfect continuous changes to past perfect continuous. Simple past changes to past perfect. Past continuous changes to past perfect continuous. Past perfect does not change its tense, and past perfect continuous also does not change its tense. So if the sentence is Ram said he had played football, you will be writing that Ram said he had played football. And if the sentence is Ram said he had been completing his work for hours, you will be answering it in indirect speech that Ram said that he had been completing his work for hours. You will not be changing the tense. Okay? Now, there are certain words which express the remoteness, right? And these certain words changes when the sentence changes from direct speech to indirect speech, right? Here is used in direct speech, then there is used in indirect speech. This changes to that, ago changes to before, these changes to those, hence changes to thence, come changes to go, hither changes to thither, thus changes to so or in that way, right? Today changes to that day, the same day. Tomorrow changes to the next day, the following day. Yesterday changes to the previous day, the day before. Last night changes to the previous night, the last night. Tonight changes to that night. Okay, now one thing which I want to explain it here is, that is your SON rule. S stands for subject, O stands for object, and N stands for no change. 1 is for first person, 2 is for second person, 3 is for third person. Right? If the sentence is, he said, I write a letter. Fine. If the sentence is, he said, I write a letter. When the reported speech, when the subject of reported speech is first person, either I or we. Again I am repeating, when the subject of reported speech is first person, then it changes. When we are changing it into indirect speech, then it changes according to the subject of reporting verb. Right? When the reported speech is in the first, when the reported speech is first person, then it changes according to the subject of reporting verb. So the answer will be, he said that he wrote a letter. Right? If the sentence is, he said to me, you write a letter. Right? This I changes to he in indirect speech. When the sentence is, he said to me, you write a letter, then when the subject of reported speech is second person, that means when the subject of reported speech is you, then it changes according to the object of, reporting verb. Okay, here since me is used, you will be writing I. If here it will be him, you will be writing he. If here it will be her, then you will be writing she, and accordingly it changes accordingly. Right? So he said to me, you write a letter, will be written as, he told me that I wrote a letter. Right? And if the sentence is, he said he writes a letter. Right? If the sentence is, he said he writes a letter, then in that particular case, when the subject of the reported speech is third person, then in third person there is no change. So there will be no change in the subject of the reported speech. You will write whatever is used as an object. So the answer will be, he said that he wrote a letter. Right? So first is your SON rule, that for if the subject of reported speech is first person, then it changes according to the subject of reporting verb. If the subject of reported speech is second person, then it changes according to the object of reporting verb. And if the subject of reported speech is third person, then it does not change. Right? SON rule is clear. Then we will be talking about the tense part. I hope the tense part is also clear, how you change the tense, and the change of words are also clear to you all. Right? So now we will be discussing some questions based on this particular topic only, with the assertive sentences, what we have discussed till now. What you need to do is just pause this video, try to solve these questions, and then I'll let you know the answers. Okay, so I hope you are done with the sentences. Now I'll let you know the answer. Now, see here. In this particular sentence, reporting verb is in present tense, and when the reporting verb is in present tense and future tense, then there is no change in the tense of this reported speech. So the answer will be, the boy says that my father is working abroad, right? There will be no change and you will be saying the boy says that the boy says that his father is working abroad. The boy says that his father is working abroad, right? Second sentence says, Kareem says I was right. So in that particular sentence you will say, there will be no change in the tense of the reporting verb. You will be saying Kareem says that he was right, right? In the third sentence is, he said to me I shall help you. Said to changes to told, right? Said to changes to told. Shall and will changes to should and would. Can changes to could. May changes to might. And must changes to had to, right? So here I will firstly, this subject I will change according to the subject of the reported speech. So the answer will be, he told me that he would help me. You, again here you has been used and this you will change according to the object. So you will be saying, he told me that he would help you, right? Now in the fourth sentence, Anwar said to them, you were absent from the class yesterday. So the answer will be, Anwar told them, answer will be, Anwar told them that they had been absent from the class the previous day. Were absent will change to had been. So the answer will be, Anwar told them that they had been absent from the class the day before, right? In the fifth sentence, the man said to Kalam, you have not sent me the letter. So the answer will be, the man told Kalam that he had not sent him the letter. Again I am repeating, the man told Kalam. Said to will change to told. You will change according to Kalam. Since Kalam is a male, you will be writing he here. So the man told Kalam that he have not sent. Present perfect tense changes to past perfect. So you will be saying, he had not sent. Me changes to the subject. So you will be writing him the letter. Clear? Now we will be talking about next sentence. Ahmed said to his father, I am preparing my lesson. So the answer will be, said to will change to told. I will change according to Ahmed. So the answer will be, Ahmed told his father that he was preparing his lesson. Right? He was preparing his lesson. Now, the next sentence is, he said to me, I did not see the boy going. So the answer will be, he told me that he had not, did not define, right? Now, the next sentence is, they said to me, you have done well. So the answer will be, they told me that I had done well. Have done will change to past perfect, and so the answer will be had done. They told me that I had done well. Next sentence is, the man said to the children, God is kind. So the answer will be, the man told the children that God is kind. God is kind will not change as, just give me a second. God is kind will not change as when reported speech is universal truth or any proverb then you don't change the tense in indirect speech. Okay, when reported speech is universal truth or any proverb, then you don't change the tense in indirect speech. So the answer will be, the man told the children that God is kind. You will not say that God was kind. Okay. Now the last sentence, they said, we came, worked and returned. We came, worked and returned. What this particular sentence is in which tense? This particular sentence basically defines simple past tense, and simple past tense changes to past perfect. So the answer will be, they said that we is what? We is your first person, and first person changes according to the subject of reporting verb. Subject of reporting verb is they. So the answer will be, they said that they had come, worked and returned. Okay, now you can have a look at the answers. The boy says that his father is working abroad. Kareem says that he was right. He said to me, no, he told me. Said to changes to told. He told me that he would help me. Anwar told them that they had been absent from the class the previous day. The man told Kalam that he had not sent him the letter. Ahmad told his father that he was preparing his lesson. He told me that he had not seen that boy. He had not seen that boy going. They told me that I had done well. The man told the children that God is kind, and they said that they had come, worked and returned. Okay. So today we have done till the assertive sentences. We will be discussing the next type of sentences in the next session, in the next class. So today I want you to revise the rule once, because assertive sentences are very important, because according to assertive sentences only further different types of the questions of further different types of sentences will also be solved. Okay, so just revise these rules, try to solve more and more questions from these rules, and then we will be doing the interrogative, exclamatory, imperative and optative sentences in the next session. Till then, thank you everyone and take care.